Hey guys, welcome back to Brickwater Bay. Today we're looking at my town hall. This is also on the raised subway section. It sits at the head of the high street. So as you look up the high street where the beach is, which I'm really looking forward to going through with you guys. But when you look up at the high street, this sits proud at the very top. It's a very high structure. Obviously, it's got the raised subway underneath it. This was the first of the subway sections that I started to build. It took me a very long time to get this one right. There's a lot of weight on top of this structure. So I've had to use Technic parts and different tiles and plates just to give that strength so that it does stand up on its own, because I wanted to keep the legs at the back as narrow as possible to minimize the impact on the view of the subway. And in all honesty, I could probably make it even narrower than what it is and add less of them. But for peace of mind, I do like them additional ones in. This has been fully installed with Game of Bricks lights. It was a custom wiring circuit that I made, taking their individual accessories and building my own lighting circuits. So some of the cabling is not the tidiest. They are very good with the sets that they sell, showing you exactly where to route the cables and what length cables are right for the build. So yeah, it is a little tricky when you do it yourself, but I feel like the lights on this are some of the best that I've seen from Game of Bricks. Some of their standard buildings don't seem to have enough lighting in at times, but I think that's because when I look at it next to this, which is exceptionally lit up, that's probably why I feel like that. So I may add some more into the standard circuits, which again is something that you can do. You can customize the lighting kits that they send you. But with the promotion code below, you'll be able to get 25% off any purchases. So please feel free to use that. This building has to be one of my favorite. It's just spectacular. The little side buildings are my own design. I actually sell the instructions from these on my Rebrickable account, which you'll find me under Brickwater Bay. And they just add to the building and give it that grandness that it deserved. I've seen some people further modify it by adding another floor above here, which I really like, because they've obviously taken my design, my idea, and expanded it themselves and created their own unique build from that. And that's what I do a lot of. I look at what other people have made. I think how I can incorporate their ideas into my city. So yeah, I always find that Lego is a very sharing hobby. There's lots of people share content and ideas, and I think it's nice for them people to see them being implemented elsewhere. I saw the raised subway section, well, the raised wall section on Rocco's website on Instagram. He was the first raised area that I came across. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, I want that in my city, but I also wanted it with a purpose of having a station underneath it. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to get this all stripped down. Obviously, because it is because the lights, and it takes me a while to do so. So I'll get it all stripped down, and we'll go through each of the levels individually. I'll show you what I've changed on them, what areas I really like, and what I have plans for in the future with it. Although I'm pretty set in stone with this one, there's just a few things missing on it at this stage. But yeah, I'll take it all apart. The whole building lifts off exceptionally easy, to be honest. I'll quickly show you that, because you can literally just lift it off, and that's connected with a contactless pad here, and there's another one underneath. So as soon as I drop it back on, all the lights automatically come on like they do on the other buildings that I showed you. But yeah, on this one, it was important that I had that wireless contact so that I can lift it off easily. And it also gives me access to look inside the subway as well, which I will show you in more detail in a second. But yeah, let me get it stripped down, and then we'll have a quick look through the full build. Okay, welcome back. Now we've got it all apart. It comes apart into quite a few sections, which is common with the modular builds. They do separate really nicely. So if we look at the subway station to start with, what I'll then do is I'll start adding the buildings in one by one, connecting the wires up as we go so the building lights up on the way up. So this is inside the subway station. As you can see, it's all lit up. I'll rotate it around for you. It's quite a big piece to move, but it's rock solid. So when you look inside the subway, you've got a waiting room on this end here and a few benches and places to store things. This is very heavy, by the way. It's a solid mass of Lego. Inside, you've got the waiting room area. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I'll try and get close. But that's inside the waiting room area. This little entrance way just here is meant to be a toilet, give the illusion of a toilet. I didn't obviously bother building the toilet because you would never see it, but that was the idea of this little doorway here. I've got quite a few little white tiles on the walls and a clock face up here, which I've still got to print, but I'm hoping to do that in the next few weeks. These are some of the things that I've just got to finish on it, the finer details and finishing off. So that's the base to the subway station. Then you've got the first floor of the town hall. It's a mess in here with wires, just to give you an idea. I've not really tidied it all up yet. The centre part of the town hall is exactly the same as it is from Lego. On this side here, I've created a little office space, and on this side here is a little courtroom with a judge and a jury. I've got some more figures to go into the courtroom just to fill it out. But that's the ground floor of the town hall. And if I just pop that on there, like I said before, because of the contactless plates, the lights just turn on as soon as it goes on. The next floor, again, exactly the same as the Lego build. I've just put some tiles in there just to tidy it up. And one of the CMF minifigures is in there as well. So not a lot of changes on that. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because I've got to feed cables back in and connect them back onto the little circuit boards. When I first started using the Game of Bricks wiring, I really struggled with these tiny little cables, and I used to have to use tweezers to get them back in. But I've learned a technique now which makes it quite easy. It's just knowing which way the cable goes round and making sure you've got the cables the right length. We've then got the two roofs. These are pretty basic. They're pretty weighted. They're solid brick inside. I'm not very clever or creative when it comes to making minimalistic things. So yeah, they're very heavy and they just sit straight on top of here. Obviously the lights are fastened to the top of the walls in this section, so it's easier to take these ones off. You then got the next floor of the town hall, which again, the only thing that I've modified is the tiles. It is pretty standard. I don't do too many things inside the buildings. You don't really see that much detail in there. Obviously, it is more visible once you've got the lights installed like I have, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I don't mind that they're not full of people. So that's that one in. And then just the roof. What you'll notice with all of my modular buildings, I hate studs. I try and hide the studs at all costs. Every single roof in my modular city has been tiled in the exact same way. So I'll show you that as we go through, but I just think it tidies them up. And another thing that it helps with is dusting. When it gets dusty, it's easier to clean a flat surface than it is a stud surface. And I keep mine out in the garage, so there is a lot of dust out there at times. But yeah, I'll get this one on. On this one, I installed a light behind the clock face just to brighten the tower. So yeah, get that one in. And there we are. It's all back together. So that's the town hall. What we'll do now, we'll get it outside. We'll get it onto the table and I'll plug it all in and you'll see the high street just light up as soon as I do. So let's head outside. Right, so I'll try and carry this one wherever I can in sections because of its weight. So if I plug it into the station building now with its USB port, you'll notice the lights have come on in the subway. And then at the front, I have a secondary USB port, and that's now put all of the lights on down the high street and in this section here. The next area that I'll be working on is lighting this area here. As you can see, I've got my parts out already. just checking to make sure I've got everything that I need to do it. But that will be the next section that I build and put all of the lights in, which I'll do some videos on as well. I always seem to knock minifigures over on a regular basis. It's quite an awkward thing to get together with all of the cables, and then there's the rails at the back that need to connect together, and these can be a real pain at times because of how tight they clip in. There we go. But yeah, that's all in now. And the lights are on the base, across the wall, down the road. So let me just grab the town hall. And then the town hall simply just sits on top of here, and as I said before, just automatically lights up. Just make sure it's all nice and securely on, which it is. So that's the next section of the subway in place. The next one along is the boutique hotel, which sits in here. Then you've got the plaza, and then I'm going to start working on the buildings across the next section of the city. But for today, that's everything. Thank you very much for watching. If you could like and subscribe, it all helps. And yeah, I'll see you next time when we look at the boutique hotel with the integrated subway station underneath that. So thank you very much, guys.